Hi, everybody. As I said, I am Kirsten Kuhn, and I'm here with Steve and Barbee. We're the co-chairs of the Jail Alternatives Committee. We are standing here live outside the Douglas County Jail, talking about the problem of unjust incarceration here in our county. This facility is currently home at this moment to 139 individuals. While Justice Matters has defeated a $44 million and then a $30 million jail expansion, we still have work to do. County jails are the front door of the mass incarceration crisis that we face in this nation. Even a short stay increases the likelihood of recidivism and other negative outcomes, both for the individuals and their families and children. Often, jailing is misused and inappropriate for the situation at hand. Here, 21% of people are in for failure to appear on other charges. Transportation, childcare, employment concerns. These are all barriers that folks may face in getting to court on the date and time that they're supposed to. 10% are in on misdemeanor municipal charges. These are nonviolent offenses. Many others are here pre-trial, which means they have not yet been convicted and are considered legally innocent. We also know that we have racial disparities here in Douglas County, as we do everywhere else. It might help you to think of the criminal justice system as a bicycle with many gears, right? We've been only using one gear really in this county, that of incarceration. But if you want to get somewhere effectively and efficiently, you need to use all of the gears available to you. And it's also important to remember that there are some things that we cannot do here locally that are in the purview of state law. So do be mindful, but there is hope. Our new DA has great ideas to expand alternatives to incarceration, including expanded diversion and specialty courts. We have ongoing racial studies happening, like the Police Study Stop and GARE through our Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, and our new sheriff is committed to reforms as well. There is room for hope and there is room for progress here. But to do that, we need to fully understand the issues surrounding our local courts and our criminal justice system. First, we're going to hear from Stephen about his experiences, and then we'll hear from Jasmine Heiss of the Vera Institute for Justice, which is a leading criminal justice research and policy reform institution here in America.
Wow. Thank you, Justice Matter. Thank you, Kirsten. I tell you, she said something very powerful, right? Douglas County. Yeah, we won one round, but let's win this fight. Jail expansion does not work. You say, how can you say that? Well, currently, there's 2.3 million incarcerated on today. There's 840,000 that is on parole. But listen, there's 3.7 million today on probation. Think of those drastic numbers here in America. Think of where those numbers begin. They begin right here at Douglas County Jail. You say, well, how do you know? Well, it starts at the municipal court. I believe that municipal court is the gateway to seeing 2.3 million locked up. But change is on the way. We got a new DA. We got a new sheriff that is pushing change here in Lawrence, Kansas. Justice Matters is a place where change is taking place. People always ask me, how do I know? I stayed here a few times. Was I here for major crimes? No. Because of my struggle with substance abuse, I really was crying out for help. But the system locked me up and gave me a 44-month federal prison sentence for a $100 purchase here in Lawrence, Kansas. Did I overcome my setbacks? Yes, I have. I'm proud to say I had 12 years of being off the drugs. But now, not only have I looked back on my setback, it has allowed me to set up to serve people. Matter of fact, Kirsten, you know what today is? Today is my 9th year anniversary of being released from federal prison. So Justice Matters does work. Programming does work. If you're not a part of Justice Matters here in Lawrence, Kansas, today is today to jump on board the Justice Matters train. We're out of here.
And now to Jasmine. Thank you, everyone. Maybe.
There we go.
Hi, Mark. That was great.
Good job.
And also, congratulations. That was a fantastic little...
My name's Jasmine Heiss, and I'm the director of the In Our Backyards initiative at the Vera Institute of Justice. I'm so grateful to have a few moments to talk to all of you today about the role of the local jail and specifically the Douglas County Jail in mass incarceration. Often when we talk about mass incarceration, it evokes this huge and abstract number of people, an estimated 2.1 to 2.2 million people who are behind bars prior to the declines brought by the COVID-19 pandemic. But in reality, every local jail, including the Douglas County Jail, is part of this phenomenon. And what we've seen over the past several decades is that while incarceration and mass incarceration is often imagined as a big city issue, small cities and rural communities have the highest rates of incarceration, and that their jail populations have continued to rise as big cities close jails and cut jail and prison populations. So when we talk about mass incarceration and the local jail, we are talking about fewer people behind bars and jails every day than in state and federal prisons, but about 18 times more people being sent to jail each year. So a huge reach of these facilities into communities. They're also where some of the most pernicious and harmful aspects of mass incarceration begin to come into sharp relief. The majority of people behind bars in local jails every day are unconvicted. And most of those people are just behind bars because they're too poor to pay money bail. Others may be locked up for things like driving on a suspended license or unpaid probation fines and fees. We also see the legacy of the war on drugs in our nation's jail populations. People who are locked up for substance use related offenses because they struggle with substance use disorder or even mental health, since so often those two pieces are co-occurring. We also see our nation's legacy of white supremacy and racial injustice in jail populations. Black people are about 3.5 times more likely to be sent to jail than white people in this country. And that reflects disparate criminalization, different policing of neighborhoods, Black people being treated more harshly and punished more severely at every single part of the justice system. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say this is part of a longer history. Prior to the abolition of slavery, jails were used to punish and control the poor, locked up for vagrancy offenses and other offenses meant to criminalize the movement and existence of poor bodies. And after slavery's abolition, we see the entire justice system, including local jails, being used to even more harshly punish and criminalize Black people. And today, the people who suffer most because of our justice system are overwhelmingly Black, brown, and poor. The hopeful note to end on is that this is not inevitable. It is not any nation's or community's destiny to be part of mass incarceration. It is possible, as we saw during the COVID-19 pandemic, to rapidly decarcerate, an estimated 25% national decline in the number of people behind bars. It simply involves communities, prosecutors, judges, and probation officers, the entire justice system, making choices not to criminalize the poor, not to criminalize the sick, and to invest on the front end in communities and resources.